Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode. Today we're taking a look at Battle of Guardians, a next-gen blockchain multiplayer game NFT. Train, fight, and earn. The battle to become the first PvP fighting game is one that I think is going to be very, very tight. There are some games out there. We've seen Etna Network that is also working on this. They've made slow progress in my opinion. Battle of Guardians is, from their testing, working on it, and it looks better quality. And if you are into a skill to earn game rather than it just being play to earn, then this could be the game for you. Battle of Guardians is a real-time multiplayer NFT fighting game developed in Unreal Engine, built on Solana Network. Players engage in fierce multi-realm battles in an expansive game world. Battle of Guardians is a one-on-one game where players are in a constant battle to defeat each other to earn more rewards. You can see a sneak peek here, which will be looking at the full alpha early prototype in-game footage that we can expect this to look like. So we can see a slight sneak peek into what it's going to look like on the right here. But this is an early prototype of in-game footage. It could look a hell of a lot better than this. I think user interface is probably going to be improved considerably. But the 3D avatars look good. The key features of this project are that it's going to have in-game currency, dual tokenomics, so it's going to have BGS token and FP. BGS is going to be the main token. We'll talk about how they're going to work in a minute. Marketplace is going to be available. There is going to be NFT synthesis and NFT renting. There is going to be a scholarship system as well and staking features too. This is going to allow people access to a game for, to be able to play with some good characters by renting other people's. A similar system maybe to what we might see in games like Theater Arena, but when the renting feature comes in, it might be that some of these NFTs are too costly and too high an entry price for some players. Renting, scholarship systems, these give people the option to get in for cheap. Game modes include Story and Training, Battle Arena, and Bout. Story and Training is going to be a PvE mode used primarily to increase the level of a player and learn basic and complex techniques. I like this aspect of, if you think about that skill list in games like Tekken and Mortal Kombat, they're already unlocked straight away. But actually being able to increase the level of player through playing and learn different combinations, different attacks that you'll be able to use, it kind of rewards you for the grind, doesn't it? The Battle Arena will be a PvP mode where you can compete with other players and earn rewards. PvP, in my opinion, needs to come out straight on line with PvE for a game like this. In most games now coming into the NFT game space, I think PvP mode needs to come out straight away, because if you've got two people playing against each other, the rewards come from the other player. If I put one in and they put one in and then I get two for winning, the reward system isn't one that is paying out too much, where PvE ends up paying out loads of rewards, infinite amount. Whereas PvP contains it to being very just skill to earn. You only earn if you beat players, and you can lose if you don't practice enough. But Story and Training mode will give you that option to be able to do that. And then Bout will be a tournament mode. Imagine having 32 players, all randomly mixed with other players, and it's knockout. So probably best of 3. If you win, you go into the last 16, then last 8, then last 4, last 2 for the final bout, where one will be crowned the winner and take a big reward home. There's going to be 3 different characters. So this whole game is built around a lore of Earth was protected by guardians. These are the protectors of Earth, but as humans advanced, they no longer needed guardians and they became a thing of myth. And very typical of the human race, we decided to open a portal up to the demon land, and it meant that they could come through, and that opened us up to a new threat, which was demons. The embodiment of doom. Now these 3 characters will be what you can choose from, and they will have different advantages. So you can see that demons, health points is going to be their advantage, damage and intelligence is where they suffer in comparison to humans, where they have huge intelligence, which is ironic because they opened the demon portal. And then we have guardians, whose favored damage but maybe less so experience, and health point and intelligence. The team is made up of 3 co-founders and 1 advisors. Whilst not doxed, these guys are getting their faces out there. They're taking part in AMAs across different platforms, coincide with their launch pads, their IDOs on 3 launch pads. They've been doing AMAs on the regular as well. And this for me is, it's one of those red flags when you don't see it, when you see a team isn't doxed. But then that red flag for me just disappears when you start to see the faces getting out in AMAs. And as you go through the Twitter, you can see that, as I mentioned before, they've made a lot of different partnerships, made a lot of different associations with people. Gameway, I smell human. Themselves out there, getting themselves involved with different capital venture firms as well. Now, for me, the most exciting piece of footage that we have is this early prototype in-game footage, where we see exactly what it's going to look like. And it's got a really old school, like Street Fighter, Tekken style to it. And, the thing about fighting games, they are timeless. You can go back on a game like Tekken 2 and still play it and enjoy it, because all it is just combinations of buttons and that strategy, and you need the block and you need to be able to do special moves. And then you've got a fighting game locked down. And if you compare it to its competitors like Etna, this is way better. They've got, a lot of 3D movement. You have different moves. I mean, Etna has just like kick punch, but here we can see different combos being pulled off, different special attacks, which makes it stand out so much more. And I just think, as an early prototype, this is definitely a great start. Moving forward, we're going to see this user interface improve considerably. But I don't think there's too much work to do on the character design. I think they've got that locked down. KO. Now, I got in on this game very, very early in terms of they offered me a private sale allocation for a video. And so just heads up, full disclosure, that's where I'm at with this. And, this was about 3 weeks ago. I saw potential in it then, and it's been making good waves so far. It has had its IDOs launch, and they've all been really successful. It has its token generation event coming up. So we're in phase 1 at the moment. Token sale, token generation, there's an end game teaser release. Phase 2 will be where they will hold their NFT sales. So if you're not too late to get in on the game just to play, NFT sales at that point will probably be the best time to get in. You'll probably be able to pick them at a good price. They might have a higher resale value on the markets after. Keep your eye on all social media to know when that NFT sale comes up. V1 launch will be PvE. We're not going to be getting that PvP until V2 launch. That will be in phase 3. FP reward will start in phase 2 as well, and they will have their marketplace launch. Phase 3 will see the BOG season 1 start, and in phase 4 there'll be the second NFT sale, V3 launch, which will include NFT renting and NFT synthesis, as well as BGS staking. So with IDO launch happening on 4th, 5th and 6th of January, we are now moving into the token generation event. The public IDO price was 0.03. IDO raise was 870,000 with 29 million BGS tokens being sold. The initial market cap, excluding the liquidity distribution at IDO price, was $505,500. Which means there is I think there's a big room for this to increase in, from IDO, because we have Etna Network, a 2 million market cap. Their all-time high was 0.46. That means you're probably seeing like a 4x from that $2 million market cap. I reckon probably we're going to see over 10 million on this. It may go higher. Solana Network is very popular. It is of better quality. If you compare Etna's most recent demo, like, it looks slightly more polished, but there are 2 moves: kick, 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 slash. It's not polished at all in terms of a game skill, and this has been out for a while, this demo. So I fail to see the improvement. I just fail to see the same quality of attacks. There are clearly a variety of different attacks, different hit combos that you can pull off. You can hit from different angles, whereas Lost Treasure is limited to just hitting straight. So I see a lot more potential in this project as an actual really good competitive fighting game. Let's take a look at the white paper to look at a little bit more detail what we can expect. So we've talked about the prologue, about the lore of this game. There are going to be different races, as we've seen, guardians, humans, demons, all having their advantage. Going to have different tiers in the game. So there will be elite fighters, this will be the bare bones of characters. They will have low rewards for every win. Legendary characters, which will be equipped with special skills, and they will have moderate rewards for every win. And then there will be God of War, full set of special skills, and ultra skill has very high rewards for every single win. Now there will be different game modes, as we talked about. The tournaments will be, as mentioned, 32-player tournament knockouts. There will be arena, which is 1v1. With a matchmaking rating in place, so you are going to be ranked against people of a similar skill or ranking. We're going to see PvE being 25 stages that will have different amounts of rewards in terms of FP, the other token. Players will be able to fight against computers, series of increasingly difficult stages, so it'll be a good place to practice if you're trying to get experienced enough to be able to battle in PvP without wasting any of your, potentially losing out on other tokens, your BGS in tournaments. It does look like, though, the main token in terms of rewards will come out of FP. In the NFT sale, we can expect 3 different packs: common packs, rare, or ultra packs. These will have different rarities in terms of chance of containing characters of the higher tiers like Legendary, Warrior, or God War. And in order to participate in the NFT drop, players should stake a certain amount of BGS. So it will be very important to pick some up. If you want to buy an NFT character, to pick some up after launch. And this is good because it also encourages other people to hold the token post launch. There will be in-game currencies of BGS and FP. So FP is the secondary currency useful in purchasing NFT characters, synthesizing NFTs, and entering tournament mode bouts. BGS is their main currency, though, which can also be used to purchase NFT characters, synthesize NFTs, but will also have the use of staking and governance. NFT synthesis will be where players can combine their NFT characters of the same kind and tier in order to obtain the character of one tier higher. 3 elite fighters can be combined to make 1 legendary warrior. To achieve this, not only should players have the same NFT characters, but they should also pay in both BGS and FP to perform a synthesis. So this will be good for burning those lower rarity characters, or giving them some utility if you're really pushing for a legendary warrior or above. The NFT marketplace will be where you can buy NFTs, it's on the secondary market, and also pick up characters from the NFT renting. So NFT renting will be a dedicated program where players can officially rent their NFT asset to players who are skillful and eager to win the game. Both parties will be able to split earnings and becomes a win-win solution. As guilds become more popular and projects of the Gaming Hub start to rise among the players, they know that a scholarship program is going to be important to build inside the smart contract, and guilds and scholars can determine a share agreement prior to leasing the NFT characters, and earnings will be split automatically. And then, as mentioned, they will have staking as well, so you'll have the opportunity to stake your BGS tokens to be able to earn some annual percentage yield. On top of that, you have the opportunity to take part in NFT sales. Now, the team is made up of 3 co-founders that each bring with them a bit of experience that will go very nicely to create this game and also handle things on the blockchain side. We have a founder of Miracle Gates Entertainment, a top tier game developer studio, so they're going to bring the experience it needs to develop a game. We have an industrial engineer graduate, learned blockchain and crypto industry since 2017, reviewed multiple DeFi GameFi projects, a passionate gamer of Axie Infinity, which I think will be really important. You've got to play these games to understand what people enjoy, what's going to work in terms of tokenomics and the economy. You're going to obviously need to know the blockchain side of things to be able to create this game. So they're going to bring that experience. And then we have the final co-founder, graduated from Monash University with a degree in IT, network security, an active gamer, streamer, and content creator. So you're talking about everything you need to really manage this project. But what about the team below them? Now, obviously they don't put that on the website, but I think they really should, because it's important for people to know that this is a team bigger than those 3 people. They have over 20 people who are passionately developing the game, and these are some of many works that the team has created. So we can see some of the 2D artwork, and then we can see some of the 3D characters that has been built into. So we can see more in terms of the user interface. What is this demon? It's like just a giant head. Okay, I'm scared of that. And we can see they've really come a long way from those 2D art designs. This is an example of a 3D NFT that you'd be able to purchase. As we've covered before, BGS token will be used for payment, governance and staking. Fighting points will be used for payment and entrance fee for tournaments. Then we have the BGS token metrics. Token sale, 28%. Vesting period depends on the round. We go down here, we can see at seed, the price was 0.01. They have a 2.5% unlock at token generation event, 2 months cliff, and then 6.5% monthly distribution. Private sale, we get a 5% unlock at token generation event, 2 months cliff, and 8 months monthly distribution. Public sale will have 20% unlocked at TGE and 20% monthly distribution. This is really how you should see a seed, private, and public sale being distributed. You do want people who have bought a public sale to have some advantage in terms of token unlock, because if you start seeing private sale having 50% unlocks at TGE, I'm going to be less likely to pick up a public, because how do I know that they're just going to sell a big bundle of theirs compared to mine? And this economic system means that the people who've invested see long-term progress in this game. I'm going to get 5% unlock at token generation, but then there's a 2 month cliff where I'm going to be waiting for the 8 monthly distribution. Whereas public, they don't have to wait that long. You're going to get your tokens, even though you got it at a more expensive price, you're actually going to get more tokens a lot sooner. You're going to get your 100% way sooner than me. But I see long-term potential. This is a project that's well worth holding, because if they pull it off, if you get a fighting game that has competitive element to it that is skill to earn, it's a winning combination for the blockchain NFT gaming space. And just so it's clear, when I say that I am personally invested in this and I've been given a private sale allocation, I haven't been given $1,000 worth of tokens and I'm going to receive them on token generation event. They've said you can have $2,000 worth and I can invest my money if I want to. So I have to take a risk on this project and say, is it worth investing my money into this? Do I see potential in this in the long term? Is it worth picking up a private sale? Yes, for me, I see this as a long term. I am going to be waiting, get 5% on token generation event, then waiting that 2 months before I start getting 8 month monthly distribution for a long time. I'm not going to see it till the end of the year when I'm actually going to probably get my 100% all back. But on my scale in my head, this is low risk, high potential. So definitely well worth getting in from the ground up, because when this game releases, I think it could have a lot of draw. So if you like the look of Battle of Guardians and you want to try something that is a little different, because we don't have anything in the fighting NFT gaming space that is up to a good standard and readily available for you to play, this might be the one for you. Go check it out. All the socials and links to the website and everything will be down in the description below. That is all for this one. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like in the video. Hit subscribe if you keep up to date with future content. That is all from me. See you guys soon.